also have the princess and the fish that we can turn in. At least I thought it was taking place. Sage's Path can't unlock. Any dancer. Alchemist. So let's go ahead and we're going to hand in our fish request since we're in Limsa. You'll find this princess trout in the Nim River, Archon. Don't forget to take your crayfish balls. Depending on your perspective, you've either rescued or abducted the princess. Prim and proper princess she is. We'll ready her as a royal roast, a feast fit for a king. The king can keep his fancy feast. Any fisherman worth her salt prefers her trout prepared simply. Said like a surly, salty-mouthed sea hag. Hand her over here and heed how the cultured classes cook. Fine day will be when I take culture lessons from you. Besides, didn't send Archon Art to that river to fetch a fish for you. I sent him out to fetch a fish for me. Ahem. From my lesson, that is. Yes, of course. That was the purpose of the expedition. Anyway, as you should have learned, catching a proper fish requires perseverance, plain and simple. And this plump princess trout can testify to that. Continue to apply the lessons I've taught you, and before you know it, you'll be swimming in fish. Doesn't that sound appetizing? Sure. Perception. Let's get a straw hat. And we do have the next quest available from them. I've been thinking, Archon. Now that you can fetch more fish than you can eat, it's time you learned a little about the art of fishmongering. Normally, customers purchase fish that have already been caught, but a certain kicker and sailor has a penchant for freshness. Fortunately, the fishermen who usually fill his orders have all, somewhat ironically, gone fishing. And so I turn to you, Archon. I'm hoping you can talk to Chuchurun over there, or at least listen to him. So we have a few things we gotta put on our straw hat, and we need to get into our proper gear. There. Everything's better now. Chuchurun the sailor sail the seas. You the fisherman fish the fish. Looking out is lookout, Chuchurun spots water. Jumping silverfish jump, flashing silver flashes. Chuchurun wish to taste silverfish taste. Chuchurun pay good silver if you fish 5 good silverfish. Well, Chuchurun has a way with words, doesn't he? Unfortunately, his way appears to be repeating the word silverfish. Only most experienced fishermen would be able to decipher that nonsense. Sounds like a job for Wawalago, since I'm busy doing his job. Rest assured that what he may lack in sense, he more than makes up for in nonsense. Their witty banter is like the entirety of the Fisherman's Guild quests, I swear. Since when is it civil to sneak up and scare your seniors? Suddenly suspected Sisyphus sent you to slip my stomachs. That woman's well aware of my weakness. If she's going to shout about the way I shove down shrimp, she should know better than to leave them showing on the shelf. Or is that not why you're here? Setting table setting aside, I'll bet you shells to shellfish I know which the kicker spied. If it was silver and sauntered while skimming the sea, I'm somewhat certain he saw a navigator's dagger. Daggers don't lend themselves to a Laminson's liking, but the settlers of the southerly isles stir them into soup stock. You can find them by the brewer's beacon. Snaring one is a slippery sleight for a starter, but a flitting flick of the fist for a fisherman with a gulls like you have. Now, daggers are drawn to decoys that dangle, so do yourself a favor and fetch some rat tails for them to flash their fins at. That is what we came here to do. We grab the next step in that quest. Okay. 1 second while I look something up. Okay, does look like it's in upper decks. Where in the upper decks is the specific question, but we do have a couple of quests here. So that's an unlock. That's an unlock. That's unlock. These two are one of the reasons we're here. Main reason we're here is over here. So this is the seasonal event, Heaven's Turn. It is the New Year's celebration. It is the year of the rabbit, so unsurprisingly, he is wearing rabbit ears. Greetings, sir. From your bearing, I gather you are an adventurer. If so, there is a matter I would discuss with you. Ah, but where are my manners? I am the Usagi Bugyo, a member of the delegation hailing from Hingashi, a nation in the Far East. Each year, we travel across the seas to share our tradition of Heaven's Turn with the peoples of Eorzea. In this realm, it is held that the gods raise up one amongst their number each year to serve as a herald of good fortune. In the Far East, however, it is not a god, but one of the 12 noble beasts that is chosen. Previous Heaven's Turn celebrations, we have gifted participants kabuto fashioned after the presiding beast. But this year, we have an even greater reward, an entire set of armor. Lest you wonder, I am wearing the very prize we offer. Magnificent, is it not? Surely you wish to claim a set for yourself. That's a bunny, not a cat. If you do, I encourage you to speak with the Omokujishi, standing near the Tempest Gate. He is a member of our delegation and would be honored to present you with the armor. You need but heed his request. Right over here. Greetings, friend. I take you have spoken with my associate, the Usagi Bugyo, and are willing to lend your assistance? Hey Dukes, how you been? Before I make any request of you, may I ask if you are at all familiar with the word omikuji? What now? There's an important piece of information that I lack to know the importance of Friday to you. Do you work on weekends? Then it is a good day. Omikuji, my friend. 'Tis an old tradition of the Far East, one I would not expect the people of this land to know. A form of fortune-telling. Omikuji may be translated as sacred lots in your tongue. One receives a lot at random, and with it a message from the divine upon a piece of parchment. So they're taking the Chinese New Year and the beasts and melding them with the Japanese shrine traditions? Isn't this a Shinto shrine thing? Or am I just wrong on that front? I could just be. I thought that this was done mostly at Shinto's shrines. The message contained principles that describe what will bring one fortune or misfortune. By taking these principles to heart, one will be visited with happiness. The Miqo'te are an indispensable part of the Heaven's Turn celebration of the Far East, and I'm honored for the opportunity to share this tradition with the people of Eorzea. Alas, perhaps due to a lack of familiarity, but a few souls have stopped to have their fortune told us thus far, and this brings me to my request. If you are willing, I ask that you spread word of this auspicious opportunity to the townsfolk. You have my thanks. As a local, I trust you know where to look for potential participants. I look forward to receiving those souls you send my way. So our task is to find you some people to talk to get their fortune. One of them's down here, and the missing member, which is a weird name for a restaurant. I'd known the Far Easterners were back for Evan's turn, but they're doing fortune telling as well this time, you say? These fortunes, they say anything about relationships? You know, between a man and a woman? Bloody well no, you ask them. Just curious is all. Don't get any strange ideas. Another one's up here. The other one's like lower decks then? Got a couple things to do in the aft castle regardless. I'm going the wrong way. Seen my fair share of Evanston celebrations. Can say I've heard of this Miqo'te business afore. Does sound interesting though. When my shift ends, I'll head over with some comrades. Might make a nice diversion, and I'll take the opportunity to welcome the Far Eastern delegation on behalf of the Maelstrom. Oh, you also have something else for me to do. Archon. I know not what brings you to Maelstrom Command this day, but I can hardly fault your timing. Aye, we have a situation on our hands, we do. Not days ago, a convoy of ours was ambushed en route to Limsa, and a goodly shipment of saltpeter plundered from our very hands. The scurvy dogs responsible for the extra swiftly and under darkness, so we've yet to figure out who they are, much less bring them to justice. Saltpeter, as you may know, is a key ingredient in fashion in fire sand. Whatever our foe might be plotting, 'tis as like as not it involves an hearty share of fiery death and destruction. Command has dispatched an elite regiment to the field to investigate, but clues have proved odder to come by than an half-decent pint of ale at sea. Leading the investigation is a good comrade of mine. While I'd like nothing more than to lend me strength to a search, can't very well shirk me duties here. If you find yourself itching for adventure, you could do worse than to make your way to make for Swiftperch and seek out one Lieutenant Skateswiss. Just say Trecrate sent you. The hearing must be exceptional, Archon. If you did not overhear the Elinkul report, then why... Well, no matter. You're here now, and we could certainly use your aid. I've just received word that raiders have sunk a civilian vessel in the Strait of Thor. One of our warships is en route as we speak, though I fear there will be little left for them to find. I am uncomfortably familiar with tales of pirates looting, and even commandeering, their targets. But to sink the ship entire? An excessively brutal task, even for a buccaneer. No, I'd wager cold hard coin that those thrice-damned fishbacks are behind this. Them and their serpent reaver lackeys. Sahagin have much to answer for. Vengeance will be forthcoming, but let us first focus on rescuing what poor souls we may. While the warship scours the waters, I would have you head to eastern Lenosha and look for any survivors washed up on the sands of Bloodshore. One of my soldiers, Private Wolfalk, has been deployed to coordinate the search. Speak with him when you arrive, and he will direct your efforts to where they are most needed. Lemlane? Lemlane, guide your steps. And that is unlocking... Those are the 2 quests that will unlock the other 2 beast tribes. But first we have our Heaven's turn, and to do that, somewhere in the lower decks. I thought. No, are they in the upper decks and I'm just bloody blind? Yep. I only see one circle. Are they both in the same place or something? Because there's supposed to be 2 more. Fortunately, jumping around the Ethernet does not cost you any money, just time. Oh, they are both in the circle. Okay. Traditional test for luck for the new year? Consider me intrigued. As broad chaperones of the Moonfair Fair, we have a responsibility to learn what we can from other festivals. The idea of entrusting one's fortune to chance is a bit too superstitious for my liking. But I'm certainly curious. We'll be sure to let our colleagues in the Adventurers Guild know about it. Far Eastern fortune telling, you say? Wager some of our patrons would be keen. Fortune favors the bold after all, and most here don't want for audacity. Sense be damned. I'll nudge a few customers your way while taking orders. It's the least I can do in return for the extra business we get thanks to Heaven's turn. That is all 4. Bye, best girl. You're spreading word of the Omakuji? My heartfelt thanks. Dare say we can expect some participants to appear soon. Please stay and observe the proceedings. Welcome, one and all. It is my pleasure to introduce to you a time-honored fortune-telling tradition of the Far East, the Omakuji. The process is simple. Begin by shaking yonder box until it dispenses a stick. There will be a number on the stick, which indicates which of these drawers you are to open. Take a piece of paper from that drawer. Upon it, your fortune is written. Once you have read your fortune, you may tie the parchment to the rack yonder. By doing so, good fortune will become better still, whilst misfortune will be cleansed. Alternatively, you may also keep the parchment with you to guide you throughout the year. So, who wishes to learn their fortune first? Yes! Mine says good fortune, the luckiest you can get. There isn't a single negative thing written on it. I can throw myself wholeheartedly into adventuring this year. Damn it all. Mine says grave misfortune. I'm doomed. Doomed, I tell you. The one you're waiting for is on their way. The love of your life will appear. This is all too sudden. It is a fine feeling to have adventurers experience and enjoy your cultures. Now, what of you, my friend? Would you care to learn your own fortune? As thanks for your help, the first lot will be free of charge. Yeah, sure. Why not? Then go on. Give the box a good shake. Slow zoom in on the box. Uh-oh. Thou shalt experience considerable misfortune. Heed these words of guidance, and thy luck may change. Thou shalt not be blazed with the weather, abide in patience. Pursue not deeply, lest thou be bogged in a mire. A thief's map shall avail you not, turn instead to that of thine allies. In times of trial, allies must turn to each other for strength. Shouldst thou cling to thine audacity like unto the warden, thou shalt scorch those around thee. Well, I'm screwed. I don't like that one. Give me a new one. Allow me to thank you once more. Without your help, these folk may never have discovered Miqo'te. Whatever the divine may have in store for you, I pray the coming year will bring you happiness. Oh, you little rabbit icon. What's this do? Ah. Forgive me, my friend, but might I ask for another moment of your time? In no small part due to your assistance, many are enjoying their first experience with Miqo'te. For some, however, it appears to be a source of stress. I wonder why that could be. These two adventurers, for example, drew opposite results. Great fortune, it says. Can you believe it? That means I have naught to fear. Aye, this is my chance to make it big as an adventurer. Seven hells. What a dreadful heavens this turned out to be. Grave misfortune. What did I do to deserve such rotten luck? You and me both, man. What did we do? Do not be so disheartened, my friend. Though Miqo'te may foretell fortune and misfortune, they also provide us with guidance in our daily lives. Great blessing can become a curse should one view it as a license to act rashly. Similarly, a great curse can become a blessing should one heed its warning. What you make of your lot depends on you. So you say, but just look at Hidalana. Look at how happy she is. Why can't I be like that? Words failed to reach him, alas, but perhaps yours can. Could you try to rally his spirits? Oh, woe is me. What am I to do when misfortune awaits me at every turn? Thank you. / rally. Thank you for trying to cheer me up. I appreciate it, truly. You do not understand the burden I bear. The burden of grave misfortune that weighs heavily upon my soul. This is rather more serious than I thought. Please, can you think of any other ways to lift him out of his malaise? I have an idea. How about if we play him this? Fate is a cruel mistress. And yes, it just keeps going. There we go. Did it work? You're right. Must have given up the fight, and yet we're starting to get somewhere. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Exactly. You feel better, my friend? See. If I may, what did the Omakuchi say in its entirety? As I mentioned, they do not only foretell one's fate, but also provide guidance in one's daily life. I must confess, I didn't see anything behind the words grave misfortune. So shocked I was. I'd have a proper read, I suppose. Let's see here. Adventurer, thou must think of others before thyself. Well, that isn't so bad. And next, prosperity, prepare to lose thy treasured armor. I knew I shouldn't have read the blasted thing. The set of armor is my pride and joy. I worked myself to the bone earning the gold to pay for it. Now I'm gonna lose it all. Come now, let us read the Omakuchi to the end. Look, as the navigator maintaineth her net, so too must thou attend to thy friendships. Let not camaraderies weave fall into disrepair. Sage advice, would you not agree? Treasure your comrades, and your luck may change for the better. Yes. Yes, you're right. My thanks for the two of you for helping me to see this sense. It was the Kittyman shanty. Help! I need help! Mochi-daikon, come down and tell us what ails you. I was preparing for the mochi pounding when a young adventurer, cheerful and fearless, emerged from the city. First I didn't pay her much mind, but then to my horror she ran afoul of a group of enormous fiends. The monstrosities overwhelmed her in mere moments, and I rushed her as quickly as I could for help. Cheerful and fearless young adventurer. God be preserved, could it be Hidalana? What? But how can this be? She was supposed to have great fortune. But this isn't the time for such questions. I must go to her aid. Vodafone, wait! This is a troubling situation. You strike me as an adventurer of considerable prowess. Do you not go after Vodafone and lend your aid if necessary? Our thanks. Please follow me. Where am I following you? Is it out here? Do I go this way? I do go this way. Okay, but what is out this way? Where's the big old circle? There it is. Followed me here, did you? Both took a bit of a beating, but I'm pleased to say we're still breathing. Finished the guild's request without issue, but then I got greedy. Botafoin hadn't arrived when he did. Who knows what might have happened. I really did what any friend would, Hildelana. I'm just glad I made it in time. Shouldn't have put you through that. Look what's become of your armor. I'm so sorry, Botafoin. It's broken because of me. Oh, don't mention it. It's a small price for protecting a dear friend, and one I'd willingly pay again and again. What if this didn't play out exactly as the Omakuji had foretold? Well, let's return to the city. For one, I need to pay the armorers a visit, but we'll look for you afterwards. Bird, you don't have to play with me. I appreciate it when you do, but you're not obliged to play with me. Also, given that I only play 1 day a week, play your main and then just hang out with me on Fridays if you really want, or don't even hang out in-game. Yeah, so play your main. Come back to the game, and if you feel like hanging out or running any dungeons, do so, and if you don't, you don't. What a relief that neither of them came to lasting harm. Let us head back ourselves. The Omakujushi will doubtless be eager to hear the tidings. What server's your main on? So, do you know what data center that is? Okay, it's the same data center? Yeah, so you can just transfer, you can just, like, do the... Why am I going this way? So, at, like, the other rights, there's an option to change world. You can just change world through that. If it's in the same data center, it's super easy. I also think you can change data centers within the same... Yeah, it's just world hopping. Like, your character, you can't join an FC or anything on this server, but you can come to this server and play with me on your main without having to transfer the character. It's just... Here, I'm heading back into the city. So... Let me... No, you can just, like... once I get with this... I'll show you. You can straight up change... So, your home world can't change without a transfer, and you can't, like, join FCs on anything but your home world. You can just travel to other worlds within your data center. Welcome back, my friend. I understand everyone is safe, but what happened out there? So you've been able to change within data center for a fair bit. The new thing is that you can change... The new thing they allowed is you can change data center within the cluster. So, like, you can jump... I think you might even be able to jump... Because both of us are within the NA servers, I think you can jump data center. You just can't. You can't transfer an NA. You can't have a character that has an NA home world and transfer them to an EU world. But I think you can now transfer within the NA worlds without limited on data center. Don't quote me on that. I know there was discussion of that being a thing, but restricted servers. My friends, I cannot well express how relieved I am for your preservation. It is because I failed to explain the Omakuji in sufficient detail that you met with danger. Can't apologize enough. Please do not blame yourself. I'm the one who overestimated my own abilities. Having great fortune doesn't mean that one can act without due care. I realize this now. I would have realized sooner had I properly read the Omakuji beforehand. Adventurer, the way shall open to those who know their limits, it says. But there's more. Relationships. Thou shalt be blessed with stalwart comrades. And I truly am. Sir, can you close your shirt? That reminds me. What became of your armor? You wish to have it repaired, I believe? Unfortunately, it was too far gone. The armorer told me it would take more sense to have a new one crafted. Not that I have that sort of coin either. Yeah, once I get out of this cutscene, I'll hop to the main netherite and see what I can do in terms of world transfer. There was a minimum discussion of, at some point in the future, being able to travel within the server. So there's worlds, which is like Coeral, Genova. There's data centers, which NA has Aether, Crystal, Fairy, or no, Aether, Crystal, two others, I don't remember them. And then there's like the region, not the server, the region. In that case, I believe we can be of service. We offer a set of Yorui, armor in your tongue, as a reward to those who have helped to make this Heaven's Turn celebration better. You have more than earned it. Truly? Sounds too good to be true. Oh, but it is true, friend, and no more than you deserve. Come now, don't be shy. Take your prize and try it on. It's magnificent. Just magnificent. And to think my Omakuji said grave misfortune. Take this as a lesson that, no matter your fortune, you still hold the power to shape your fate. And I believe the Yorui suits you well, if I might add. As you will recall, your fortune cautioned you to put the needs of others before yourself. And so you did, by risking your life to save your comrade. That selfless act may well have reversed your grave misfortune. See. Actually, I don't really understand the workings of Omakuji, but I do know that I'll always have Botafon's back, just as he's always had mine. And now that he has a new set of armor, perhaps we can take to the road, together. Can't thank you enough for helping with the many unexpected troubles that occurred this day. I would be honored if you'd accept a set of Yorui of your own. Furthermore, should you wish to draw Omakuji, you need only say the word. Indeed, I hope to see you many more times before the festivities end. And I have acquired that full set. You may now draw Omakuji for the remainder of the Harvest Turn festivities by speaking with the Far Eastern Omakujushi. Omikujishi. And it's ad time. I'm gonna go to the main netherite and check out Data Center Travels while you sit in an ad.